Christensen first time ball in once again. Adeyemi's there. Oh my word. Sinisterra's free at the back post. It's a great ball across. Sinisterra straight at the goalkeeper. Got the pace to go past Robertson. Tries to swing this in. He does. Adeyemi. After not being able to buy a goal in the previous episode, somehow we still find ourselves in 4th place chasing the final Champions League spot. And we have the likes of United, Newcastle, Liverpool, City, Stoke, West Ham all to play in this episode. And we kick off this episode with a massive home game against Manchester United. No changes to our usual starting 11. Of course, it is 4-3-3 for us. And United just keep getting better and better on FIFA. It's 4-2-3-1 for them, with Tomori, 86 rated new signing, plays at the heart of defence for them. Ronaldo has it here, tries to lay it off to Sancho, but Adeyemi is there back defending. Eriksen picks it up again. Sancho has it though. Fernandes, United, Christensen tries to throw a wonderful ball across to Sinisterra. Can he get there? He can't get there ahead of De Gea. Great save. Ronaldo. Oh, that is a great ball through. Llorente gets there ahead of the defender. Jacob Ramsey. Sinisterra's free on the left-hand side. Can he find a ball into the middle for Adeyemi? He cannot. Eriksen picks it up again. Jacob Ramsey with a great challenge. Lays that off to Adeyemi. First time ball into the path of Sinisterra. He drives into the penalty area. Plays it back to no one. Rocker's looking for a ball. No one's showing except for Christensen. Christensen has it on the right-hand side. Throws a wonderful ball in. Rocker back out to Christensen. Christensen first time ball in once again. Adeyemi's there. Oh my word. Has pace to burn, and this is a man that definitely has pace to burn. Davies now whips it into the box. Lucanets is there. Eriksen. Llorente to strike from distance. My word. What on earth happened there? Llorente smashes it into the back of the net from absolutely nothing. It seemed like it was going straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. It's drifted over him, and United now lead 1-0. Don't know where on earth Christensen is. Finally he gets there, but he's not there quick enough. Sancho still has it. Llorente now on the edge of the box to strike again. Llorente has it once again on the edge of the box, and he strikes. This time Meslier able to get his hand to it. Fagioli going to look for the run of Brennan Johnson. He's got pace. Can he get there? He cannot. And I think the referee is about to blow his whistle. Yes, he does. It's game over here at Ellen Road. And it's another game where we fail to score. It finishes here, 1-0 United. On to game number 2 against Newcastle United at St James's Park. And we make one change from the team that lost against United. Brennan Johnson coming in at right wing in place of Dan James, who drops to the bench. Newcastle mirror us with a 4-3-3. Little bit more of a compact midfield than we normally play though. Look for a wonderful ball out to Sinisterra. It's a brilliant ball. The only problem I've got is, because of the kits, I can't find who on earth I've got to pass it to. Dimmerbe has it now. He turns Lucanets as well, drives into the penalty area, and Struijk is there to defend. Oh, that's a good ball through. Lucanets found in absolutely no man's land. Berardi drives into the box, unopposed. Lucanets manages to track back, swings it in, down this right-hand side. Dimmerbe drives forward now through the centre though, and he goes for the shot. Adeyemi. Oh, that's a good pass into Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey to strike, and he does strike. And finally, we're able to put the ball in the back of the net. We lead here at St James's Park, a deserved 1-0. Down the left-hand side to Target. Christensen is out of position. Target trying to race past Kalulu. He does. Struijk heads it into his own box, and eventually Rocker gets it clear. Completely unopposed. Turns, trying to find an angle. Finds Kent, who finds Dimmerbe, and it's a brilliant Newcastle goal. He twists and turns. He has the pace to go past the left-back, and he drives past the left-back is what he does. Swings a wonderful ball in. Berardi on the right-hand side. Oh, wonderful stuff to get away from Lucanets. Drives into the area, checks onto his left, gives it to Isak. Absolutely fantastic. Ramsey manages to collect it. Good stuff from him. Gives it to Adeyemi. He gives it to Shaparenko. Twisting, turning. Botman's there. Looks for Shaparenko. Finds him. He's going to lay it off to Jacob Ramsey. Tried to find Sinisterra, but he stopped his run. Oh, Adeyemi. Wonderful stuff from the trickster on the left-hand side. And he bursts past Shaparenko as well. Doesn't have the pace to keep up. And that is the end of the game. It's another disappointing defeat, our second of the episode, and we are in a horrendous run of form here, and things are about to get even more difficult as we now welcome Liverpool to Ellen Road. Only the one major change to our starting 11, Tyler Adams, as you'll see, comes in central defensive midfield for us. As for Liverpool, it is 4-3-3 as well for them. Trent Alexander-Arnold, White, Van Dijk, Robertson, Jordan Henderson, Fabinho, and of course the big signing from Arsenal, Martin Odegaard. Salah, Nunez, Diaz for Liverpool. Tries to dink that one over to Mo Salah. Lucanets gets there ahead of him. Lucanet's in all sorts of trouble though, and Darwin Nunez. Shaparenko now tries to drive down the right-hand side. I'm just going to try and wait for the ball to Dan James. It's a great ball into Dan James. Where's Adeyemi when I need him? Just trying to find an angle to try and play a ball through. Christensen on the right-hand side. Swings this one into Shaparenko. Finds him. He plays a wonderful ball in to Adeyemi. Adeyemi finds Shaparenko. He finds Dan James. Can he find the back of the net? No, he can't. Tyler Adams doesn't really have too many options. Instead, goes out to the right-hand side to Dan James. Sinisterra's free at the back post. It's a great ball across. Sinisterra straight at the goalkeeper. Oh, that's a wonderful ball over the top from Odegaard. Out wide to Luis Diaz. That has got to be the best ball of the game. Darwin Nunez now has it. Mo Salah. Nunez gets it back into the path of Shaparenko. He finds Dan James. Dan James has definitely got the pace to go past Robertson. Tries to swing this in. He does. Adeyemi. He checks back though, trying to get away from Kalulu. Odegaard now has it in the box. It's a big challenge from us. And Meslier with a big save. Has it now. Drives into the box. Steps away from the defender. Mo Salah. Diego Jota the substitute. Virgil van Dijk with the strike. And it's away from Sinisterra. Only out into the path of Virgil van Dijk. Henderson. Van Dijk. Sinisterra's there. And now we can counter. Tyler Adams finds Adeyemi. Has he got the pace to drive away from Fabinho? He does. Lays it off into Sinisterra. Sinisterra puts us 1-0 up. It's a phenomenal, fluid counter-attack. And it is nothing less than we deserve. Firpo to clear his lines. Oh, that's a great ball into the path of Sinisterra. Adeyemi now trying to drive down the left-hand side. Doesn't really have too many options in the box. Going to try and play this across to Dan James. And that is that for the end of the game. We win here 1-0. It's a deserved win, and it is a much-needed win. 2 back-to-back losses followed with a massive win against Liverpool. It's 1-0 here at Ellen Road. And things don't get any easier as we head over to the Etihad for Manchester City. And I can see why City are top of the league by some margin. They only have one player in their team, in Kabore, who is rated less than 80. As for us, Tyler Adams keeps his place in central defensive midfield, and there are no changes from the brilliant win against Liverpool. Tries to find Dan James out wide on the right-hand side. It's a great ball. Dan James to try and throw this one into the back post, and it's Terra! Oh my word! What a brilliant head. And inside the opening 15 minutes, we take a massive lead here. Oh, that's a terrible ball straight to Alvarez. Alvarez picks it up now, gives it to De Bruyne. Back to Calvin Phillips, who strikes from distance. On Grealish, Dan James into Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams has a ball to Jacob Ramsey. Jacob Ramsey to finesse! Oh my word, what a fantastic finish from Jacob Ramsey. Calvin Phillips lays it off to De Bruyne. De Bruyne out wide now to Alvarez. Alvarez tries to turn past Lucanetz. Lays off a wonderful ball to Haaland. Haaland gives it straight to Strouk. Ruben Diaz tries to bring it forward for City. Oh, it's a good challenge from Tyler Adams. Adeyemi's trying to get this onto his left. He does, and he finesses it past the goalkeeper. And we lead 3-0 at the Etihad. What is going on? Into Coke. Coke gets caught out in possession by Phillips. Grealish has it, gives it back to Phillips. Gets it back from him again. Grealish. Ederson boots that one clear. Dan James wins the header. Kalulu is there ahead of Haaland. And this is just a symbol of how this game has gone for us. We've been absolutely fantastic. Dan James into Adeyemi. And it's almost 4. Sinisterra takes the ball down. It's game over here. From the lows of back-to-back losses at the start of the episode to the highs of beating Liverpool and putting 3 past Manchester City, this game is absolutely crazy. It's another 3 points in the bag, and it's a massive 3-0 win at the Etihad. On to game number 5 of this episode, and it's going to be the first game we're going to sim away at Stoke. As you can see from my starting 11, no changes. Tyler Adams keeps his place after back-to-back wins against Liverpool and City. And it's a hard-fought but important 1-0 win away at Stoke. Sinisterra popped up in the 8th minute to give us the goal, and it's another 3 points in the bag. And we find ourselves up against West Ham for the second sim game of this episode, and it's the 4th time this season we've played them. No changes for my starting 11, and I'm hoping for a better result than the FA Cup. And it finishes 2-2, Sinisterra getting on the score sheet, Dan James saving our blushes in the 77th minute with an equaliser after a Ben Rama brace earlier in the game. It's a difficult game, and it's a point that I will certainly take. And we're going to finish off this episode with an away game to Wolves. And it's a 4-3-3 lineup for Wolves. Adama Traore, of course, the danger man as ever for them. And as for us, because we don't have any European football, there's no real need for me to rotate, so it's the same starting 11 once again. Shaparenko, oh, wonderfully done. There's a ball to Sinisterra if he can find it. He can. Sinisterra on his right. That is Fantastic. What a way to start this game. A beautiful counter-attack, an even better ball through from Shaparenko, and it's a sensational finish from the man of the moment, Sinisterra. He gives it to Jacob Ramsey. He's looking out wide on the left-hand side, but he doesn't have any options, so in the end, goes back to Tyler Adams, who goes to Shaparenko. Just couldn't get our heads on it. Sinisterra back up wide to Dan James, switches it onto his left foot, throws this one in again. Jacob Ramsey now drives through the centre, and he's going to lay this one out to Christensen. He does. Christensen looks infield for Shaparenko. Wonderful stuff. He lays the ball off to Tyler Adams, and he sticks it into the back of the net. And this is absolutely fantastic stuff from us. Wolves with another corner here. They throw this one back in again, and this time they get their head on it once again, but fortunately Meslier manages to get his hand on it. Who connects with a great ball into Adeyemi. Shaparenko. Oh, this is absolutely fantastic stuff. Adeyemi, he's got Sinisterra on the left. He chooses Jacob Ramsey, and he chooses the back of the net. It's another extraordinary counter-attack from Leeds United, and we lead here at the Molineux 3-0. Guedes trying to turn away from Kalulu into Adama Traore. He outmuscles Struijk, gives it back to Guedes. He almost finds the back of the net. It's a big save from Meslier. Idara with the corner for Wolves. And it's in, but Brennan Johnson gets his head on it, but it's really poor defending. Juan into Adama Traore. Idara now has it for Wolves. Huang lines up a power shot. My word. Meslier made a big deal of that. Can he get on the end of it? He can, and he definitely has the pace to sprint away, but he doesn't need it. The referee blows his whistle, and after smashing 3 past Manchester City, we continue that theme. We smash 3 past Wolves, and it's another 3 points. It ends here at the Molineux, 3-0. And what a way to end this episode. We find ourselves in 3rd place in the table after 31 games. We've got 7 games remaining to try and fight for a European spot, and Champions League is within our grasp. City and United are way out in the lead in 1st and 2nd, but we lead Chelsea. Spurs are a game behind. If they win that, they'll go to 54 points. Leicester find themselves in 6th, Liverpool 7th, Newcastle 8th, Villa 9th, Arsenal down in 10th position. What on earth is going on with them? And as we scroll down to the bottom half of the table, Fulham, Preston and Stoke well and truly in the drop zone. Stoke, well, they're as good as gone. As for Preston, Fulham and Norwich, well, it's a fight between the 3 of them really, as there's a massive gap, a 10-point gap between Norwich and Crystal Palace. But as for us, with 7 games remaining, somehow we find ourselves in the Champions League spot still. And that is that for the end of this episode. The next episode will be the season finale. We've got 4 games to play in April, including Arsenal and Spurs, as well as finishing off with 3 in May, Fulham, Chelsea and Aston Villa as well. If you have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to like and subscribe. It will do the channel a world of good, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Thanks for watching.